In this video we will be looking at child's pose in yin yoga. So often many people's one of their favorite poses. It can be incredibly nourishing, incredibly restorative. It can be used as an asana itself, or it can be used as a nice counterpose or even a rebound between poses. So I'm going to show you a few variations here now. So approached from your knees, from a tabletop position often. The first version of child's pose is our knees would come together, our arms would come out in front, and the head comes somewhere down to the floor. Now, the first thing to consider here is if you're feeling any pinching in the shoulders, any discomfort there, we're really trying to, let go of tensions, not create tensions in our yin yoga practice. So play about with your arm position if you feel that your body needs your arms extended out overhead in order to work around that compression issue. So often it might feel nicer kind of bringing your hands out a little bit wider. And of course our hands don't need to be out in front at all. We can take them out of the equation and bring them either side of us. Or make a little cushion out of your head, bringing one hand on top of the other. So with that in mind, it's also nice sometimes to bring our head a little bit more in line with our hips. So you can do this in several ways. You may simply want a block there. Okay, with the arm position of choice. Or you may want to bring a bolster to support your whole body. This can feel particularly nice if you're working into a wider knee variation. Now, the wider knee variation of child's can be used as an alternative to frog pose. It can offer a very nice, very subtle stimulation to the adductors here, to the inner thigh area. And you would lay your bolsters or your cushions and blocks, whatever you're using, along in front of your torso, and allow yourself to surrender your weight down onto them. So we're getting this, as I say, in a thigh stretch, we're decompressing the end of the spine. And it's a lovely place in which to observe your breath and really ground down into your breath work. So, other things to consider, we may want to bring some kind of support to the backs of our legs. So for many men in particular, coming back onto the heels is just not going to be an option. This can often be due to really tight quads on the front of the thighs, which is pulling onto the knees and aggravating the knees as they're trying to go back. So in order, not just men of course, but just in my experience, men seem to suffer a little bit more with this issue. So you can take props in that case, in order that you wouldn't have to come back quite so far. And again, we can prop with bolsters, with blocks, whatever works in order to get that lovely, nice, relaxing release that we're looking for in child's pose. It should be a very grounding pose. As I say, it's a very nurturing pose. And one other thing that may cause restrictions in child's pose is tight front of the ankles. So we've got tight quads to consider, knee issues, and also if you're very tight in the front of the ankle area, this might make it very difficult for you. So again, we can take some kind of blanket there. Maybe your cushions are going to need to be needed there as well. I'll take one just for the sake of this, and then experiment with how close or far away your knees are, and then start coming down onto whatever props we're using. to release forward and down. So really make sure that you are comfortable in this pose in order to be able to really monopolize on this beautiful energy and this opportunity that this pose creates in order to connect with your breath and step into this real sort of internal space, in this safe place, in this almost like being held in the womb that child's pose can offer to you. I hope you found that useful. Thanks for watching. Namaste.